Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Oakland Raiders. So with that, let's get out to the East Bay and Oakland, California. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
The thing I like most about Derek Carr's game is not just the right arm and his touch and his ability to find receivers. I think it's his calmness, and I think that transmits itself very well to the rest of the team. They feed off of that, and they go out and play with confidence.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup. All the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 58 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers, came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
That's it, baby.
And one of the big bodies helping out this offense is your boy, Upati.
And all he wants to do is have running plays called. Fire out and smack people.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
That's trash. That's trash.
This is Carson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Grenade! 56! Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now Wilson on first down. Sliding out. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Raiders have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
I got you.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Able to shake him off. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
You got it! You got it!
Yeah, and that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 13.
All day, every day, any day.
He gets away from one and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down. Yeah, the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Carr now on first down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the catch. It's second and 8. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Bruce Irvin is an emotional, passionate player who lives to rush the quarterback.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On second down, Jacobs. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run, Hyde. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Now a handoff looking right, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. From midfield, here's Carr. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Carr now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
What down? 54 Mike. I'm on.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the first half, some of these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? Something out of a comic book. Boom, pow, biff. They are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Green 80! Not today, you are. Not today. You go take.
On third down, Carson, and he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
180! 180, we're good! 180! 180!
On 2nd and 12, Carr. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. From the shotgun, Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Corey Littleton gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. He'll buy some time right. And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Throwing now is Carr, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Carr now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Carr now to throw. He shakes him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Benson Mayowa, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. Again, powerful running. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still third and long.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On third down, Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. To throw his Carr. It's Williams on the catch. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The end result, 21 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Switch!
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop him.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Carlson now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now high, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wilson now. Operating from the gun. And he's got Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. This throw complete, Wilson finding Lockett. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Wilson will throw again. He'll find Metcalf. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Wilson out to his, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken at the 3. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Carr, throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about that little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Mike spot 4. Not here.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Down. 185. 65. 65. 65.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Carr. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position, a couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
Blue 15.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Hyde. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Draw play. This is Carson. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. From the 25 on second down. Wilson over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A throw complete to Dorsett, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To throw again is Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
Keep playing hard.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. We got 4. We got 4.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now Carr. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, and it's 3rd and short.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Carr, he'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Single slot.
Carr now on 1st down. Completes it to Aguilar. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Check 31.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw again. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Charles, there's something special about one of those big D linemen bringing it in. Off the tip there, really nice coordination.
Very much so, and I think what we've seen, and I'm going to put it at about the last 5 years, maybe a little bit longer, coaches placing a bigger emphasis on ball drills, even for defensive linemen, because possession is so key. When you've got a chance to take one away, you want people comfortable with the football, and it paid off there.
Down. 185. 54. I got you, pop.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this down to the 10. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
White down. 188. 54 Mike. Hey, 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 hey.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They start the drive with Hyde, and he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
It's our time. It's our time.
Now it's Carson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it with Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Play action. Now it's Carr. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson, they'll run the screen with Carson. Burst by him near the 35. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Carson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. And in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Now after the INT, it's Carr. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Carr completes it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19.
Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Forget height and catch radius. When you run the fade really well, run down the defender, kind of take him a little bit towards the middle of the field, and then fade to the sideline and give your quarterback some space, it can be executed that well, just as we saw.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Carr gonna throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller there to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
56, check 56. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Wilson, he may try and run for this. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Wilson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the delay, here's Carson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, when you and I sit down and play chess, you're always winning. So I've got to figure out how to get that done. But we're watching a real chess match today between the offense and the defense. And on that play, called a draw, the defense ended up winning.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain of 31 on third down. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 180. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Let's go.
On 2nd down now. It's Carson, and he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Wilson on first down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Check, 42's the mark. Watch the back.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. To throw is Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Double time. Mike 42. Hey, we heavy on the edges.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Wilson going to lead his guys up first and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Wilson will throw again. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on second and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. Again, Wilson. Complete here. It's Hyde. 20! And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
56! Stop your whining.
On first down, Carson. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them, but on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing now is Carr. Completes it to Jason Witten. And it's a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, and he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Go, go, go. But, gotta get the point. Get on the point right here.
On first down, Wilson. Complete to Dorsett. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
They're not ready for this. They still
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Myers able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They go play action here on 1st down. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
Just like that.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Wilson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Hey, here we go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Wilson on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that's off the mark, incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Play action. It's Wilson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. Myers' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
So the field goal got him back within 1 score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And now here come the Raiders. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
One down. 54 miles. Too little, tap.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Jacobs. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Down. 180.
50's to mine. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Now.
50, Mike, 50.
180. 180. We're good. 180.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one a victory for the Raiders. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.